Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Friday, 29th. It is today of September 2023. So massive short squeeze lifts stocks. Bitcoin jumps as bullion and black gold was dumped, i.e. oil. Stocks advance as treasuries hit highs in choppy month-end trade. And finally, US stocks gained as yields and oil prices ease back from recent peaks. And implied volatility obviously moving lower as well as a result of this, down to 12.73 from a high of 13.85. So a bit of a pullback going on there in the implied volatility as well. Economic news for today. We've got Lagarde speaking at 8:40. Then 10 a.m. Staying in Europe, we've got core CPI flash, and then over to the US for the also for the core PCE price index, Chicago PMI, and revised consumer sentiment. So let's have a look at the markets and see how well this short squeeze worked during yesterday. We'll kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow, we certainly have got some buying for yesterday. There's demand in the market there. It's what the D means. So we've got a narrower range, a lot of volume, and the market trying to get back above the 50%. Well, it is just about at the 50% retracement there on the overnight. It'll need to take out yesterday's high. So let's look at this in more detail. There's yesterday's, well, that's actually Wednesday's high. That's Thursday's high. So not too far away. We're above the DP, which is useful, and above the 50 EMA. And the only thing we've got is the 200 MA in the way at this BRN, which is around 33,750. So again, it's just a matter of whether the market can remain above the DP and continue up towards yesterday's high. And in the German DAX, a lot of short covering there yesterday. The market up above the 5-bar moving average, sideways overnight as well, just near the high of yesterday. On a fib basis, we're through the 38s, and I'll just remove that, and sitting at the 50. I'm going to remove the 50 because you've got this line here, which is the high of yesterday as well, which needs to be taken out. Let me just put that one in and drag it out. So yeah, 15,370 is what we're looking at there. And then you've got your other fibs up to where we saw some more selling in this bar. So that's the daily chart perspective. And in the 30-minute market down and then up, a lot of choppiness around this period here. And it was only when the Dow kicked off later on in the afternoon that the market once again moved to the upside. I say again, it was about 4 p.m. there, so just after the DAX was going into the closing session, the Dow kicked off and then dragged the DAX along with it. Overnight, above the DP, bit of a problem at the close at the moment, and then we've got the high above here as well, which you can see there. Just need to take this out in order to continue the move to the upside and to these targets in the daily chart. In the S&P 500, again, huge volumes over the last 2 days, but more so yesterday, but we had demand for 2 days. 200 MA, oversold, market trying to come back up there. As you can see, 62, 78, 89, and in the 30-minute chart, sideways until the news in the afternoon, and that sent the market to the upside. The short squeeze started. Overnight, the markets, all of the averages converging there around the 200 MA, and also this big round number of 4,300, which is the red line there. So again, you need to get above yesterday's high in order to move higher. In the FT100, we've been in decline, but we've got some volume there, oversold, potentially a bounce, and also we're trading yesterday down to 78% retracement as well. So the market stopping at that level and making its way through 38, and then you've got all of the others there to tackle up to this point here as well. In the 30 minutes, again, you can see that we sold off quite sharply down towards the S2. There's nothing else there. There may have been something in the weekly chart that the market stopped at there. Coming down towards the averages there, but not seeing anything too obvious at all. So back to the 30-minute. So anyway, the market becoming oversold. We've got some buying there, and then the market moving to the upside, sitting on the DP overnight and heading to the close. Again, you can see how the 200 MA there is offering a bit of resistance along with the close at the moment. They need to be taken out if the high of yesterday is to be also taken out during today's trading session. US dollar decline after Wednesday's update. Thursday the market down on the overnight as well, so this is lending support to the metals at the moment. Is it just a short-term pullback in the US dollar to move higher again, or is it just in the metals a dead cat bounce? So let's just have a look at those as well. So at the moment, again, a lot of demand and changes in direction for a lot of things yesterday, where there's been declines in all of the stocks and in the metals as well. Amazing, once the dollar strength comes off, how everything else can turn around. So we've got an oversold situation, or more or less, moving higher overnight. So I'm very, very surprised by this. So stopping at 89% retracement from there to there as well. So can the market get back above that 200 MA? That's going to be the interesting thing for me. If it fails at there, then we continue on down. I'm always cautious about any move to the upside in silver, because generally it's soon, once it becomes overbought, it is then slammed back down to the downside there. 30-minute chart, well, it didn't do a lot yesterday, did it? The move that's happening at the moment is on the overnight market. Through the high, Asia certainly pushing the price of silver up there. However, in gold, barely a move. Not a lot happening there at all. Still oversold. And in the 30-minute chart, sideways. Nowhere near yesterday's high compared to silver. Down yesterday again, slam once more. But interesting, very interesting that there's no move towards the high. So this makes the gold-silver ratio move to the downside in silver's favour. So let's just have a look at that before we conclude. And there you go. We've got a sharp move to the downside in the gold-silver ratio, purely and simply because of what's happening overnight in Asia there. So down to 81. See whether that holds or not. That's going to be the deciding factor and the key thing there. So we'll just have to wait and see. But at the moment, heading south for the gold-silver ratio. I mean, before I recorded this morning, I was thinking about it before I got up, and I thought, God, I can't believe that silver is, $22, or in that range between 22 and 23, given that everything else in the world is, 100% dearer. It's just insane. But there you go. That's what you can do when you've got the clout with being able to slam prices with derivatives and remove the fair value and the real world trading. But there you go. Anyway, we're heading into the weekend, so have a great weekend. And as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.